Yeah! What's happening? It's Jareth back at it with some Marvel Snap, and in today's video we are showcasing the new card just recently added to Marvel Snap, that being Daredevil. So Daredevil is entering into Marvel Snap with the Heroes for Hire update that we just got. So Thor Love and Thunder is now behind us and now moving into Heroes for Hire. So some cool news and stuff that we're going to walk through in this video today and showcase the latest deck that we've been utilizing with Daredevil. So Daredevil, the man without fear. If you guys know Daredevil, pretty cool in the Marvel Comics and is a pretty sweet addition in Marvel Snap here as well. So right into it here, Daredevil is a 2-mana, 2-power creature, and he has this on turn 5 effect. You get to see your opponent's plays before you make your own. So essentially that will, on turn 5, start your opponent's turn, and you will get to see what they play out once they hit end turn. Afterwards, you will get to see what they play and play after the fact. So that end turn meter essentially goes twice, one for your opponent and one for yourself, and it kind of just balances it based off of how quick they play, how quick you play, that sort of thing. So Daredevil has to be on the board for this effect to happen, and leads to some pretty cool combos that you can partner with some of the other cards that are in the Marvel Snap gameplay. But before we get there, I do want to showcase what it looks like over on Hell's Kitchen. So let's head on over to the Battle Pass so you can see just a little bit more so what this looks like. So Daredevil here got a sweet different variant that we're going to be unlocking later on into the Battle Pass, and some sweet Misty Knight variants that we're getting as well. But pretty straightforward as you imagine with the Battle Pass here, guys. It is your typical price dollar-wise, so $9.99 in US, and overall offers some pretty good value with the amount of gold and card variants that you get. But overall, really just unlocking that crucial card in Daredevil for us right away. So pretty cool features and functions that you get. Again, some cool profile pics and whatnot. If you go over to the news section, this was something that I found a little bit later on, but down here in the news section, it's kind of small here on the mobile screen, but there is a Heroes for Hire event going on right now. We'll get into that in a later video. We'll showcase some decks featuring the exclusive Heroes for Hire, but we are rocking some of those in our deck today. So overall, a lot of fun. If you guys want some more information about what this Heroes for Hire event is, I suggest that you hit the little tiny question mark up here in the corner. Pretty small here, but again, we'll get into it a little bit later as far as what those details mean to you. So let's get you back over. We're going to get you to the deck tech today featuring Daredevil himself. So Daredevil, overall, a really, really cool card in Marvel Snap, being able to see what your opponent is going to play on turn 5. So we have a lot of different key components of our deck to revolve around this turn 5 play to really capitalize and make that information well known and transition it into the biggest advantage for us. So with Daredevil, it's kind of fun. We recently just unlocked Magic and got a variant for her like right away, but we've been playing around with this deck a little bit right before Daredevil hit Marvel Snap, so the fact that he's here now makes this deck even more so of a 1-2 punch kind of deal. So Magic being able to, on reveal, make the location changed into Limbo is pretty nice, as we're getting that additional 7th turn. We can often play this on turn 6 and kind of make your opponent play everything out and allow yourself to retroactively know what information's out there so you can make the best decision. So very similar in theory to what Daredevil kind of brings to the table as well, offering that Limbo location. Some of the 1-2 combo pieces that we know and love in this deck is going to be Storm with the likes of Juggernaut. So Storm on reveal, flooding this location, meaning next turn nobody else can play at that location, or not next turn, but after that next turn, this location is going to get locked down with that flood. So when we're able to play Storm into the likes of Juggernaut, knocking whatever card they play into that zone, we can really see some high value and potentially securing a win in that location pretty early on. Now, some shenanigans can be involved with Storm as well. Next one being Spider-Man. So Spider-Man, on reveal, your opponents can't play any cards at this location the next turn. So sometimes, you know, when you're probably doing it yourself, when you see a Storm come onto the field, you're like, I'm not even going to play into the Flood. You know, they're going to play a Juggernaut or something like that, so maybe I'll do a different location. So that will secure that location for you potentially, right? Next, if it's on Spider-Man coming down, with Spider-Man being able to come down and lock up that location for our opponent the next turn, we can potentially top that off with a Professor X. So Professor X locking down a location is what we are going to do very, very often in the gameplay. Locking down the information well known after Daredevil reveals on turn 5, Professor X being 5 mana offers great potential to play him out on that turn 5 and secure a location, as we know what our opponent is going to play. So if you're able to lock him out with Spider-Man into Professor X, you can see some high potential. The rest of the deck is kind of a little bit more of a flex roll. We got some combination cards in Killmonger. So Killmonger, destroying all 1-cost cards, is pretty nice in case you are still seeing any zoo cards out there. Just a nice control piece more than anything. Shang-Chi, a great combo card that you can rock on turn 5 as well. If Daredevil sees everything that our opponent is going to play, we know they're going to be playing a creature with 9 or more power. Shang-Chi is coming down and destroying that and works out really well for us. And then also, if we're able to turn 7 with magic, we can have Shang-Chi on that lighter bits of the game to win out a location that our opponent already has 4 cards. Destroying some cards makes or break that victory for us. So a pretty nice combo there. Doc Ock, under the same purpose of pulling out our opponent's cards, giving us some information so we know what we can do with it. Doc Ock into Shang-Chi is also a great 1-2 punch that you can rock out with this particular deck. Lastly, we got our big 6 Drox in Dr. Doom. So Dr. Doom is able to put a 5-power bot into each other location when he is revealed. So pretty nice way to get into some of those harder locations to get, like a Flood. Oh wait, we're putting Floods in there. So this is on purpose, right? We want to be able to lock down that flooded location early, and if needed, if our opponents have a Bishop or maybe a Collector in that zone and they're buffing them up, we can potentially play Dr. Doom to slot in 5 more power into that flooded location. Lastly, we got Magneto. So same kind of purpose. If the opponents did lock down the flooded location with some of their higher powered 3 or 4 cost cards, Magneto being able to move those around in the later bits of the game really, really helps us secure some victories. And also, cool thing to note, when Professor X is down, Magneto won't pull any 3 or 4 cost units. So in case anything is underneath Professor X, 3 or 4 cost wise, Magneto won't pull those cards and could potentially again secure some victory for you too. So overall, a lot of lines that you'll find in this deck, and very, very fun to play. And overall, just offers a lot of potential. It's knowledge is power in any sort of card collector game, and the fact that Daredevil is offering us very nice vision essentially means that we're going to outwit our opponents more often than not, and you'll find that your opponents tend to retreat quite often with this deck too. So overall, Daredevil is rocking our Hell's Kitchen deck list. We're going to go ahead and head on over to the game, so stick around for some action there. If you like this video, please like and subscribe for more. Love continuing to make this Marvel Snap content for you guys. So that's what we got for you guys today. We'll see you in the games. All right, guys, game 1 for you. We are facing Avstinks. All right, so opening hand looking pretty nice for us. We did get our Daredevil in our opening hand, so I'm very likely going to be playing that out turn 2, of course. So let's see how we end up here. Asgard, love to see that. So let's go ahead and get Daredevil out, and we might as well play into Asgard. Our opponent is likely going to be doing the same thing. Yep, Very much so. Elysium. So maybe let's Juggernaut here in the middle, and we can push out whatever they're likely going to be playing into Asgard. And I might as well play Domino out just to get her down. Man, this interaction bugs me a little bit. Juggernaut pushes Green Goblin out of the zone, which is very interesting, even though they come over to our side. I really would like it if we moved it over on their end with Juggernaut, but unfortunately it doesn't work out like that. That's all right. Okay, so sneaky play we might be able to play here. Our opponent may want to beat us in Asgard for these additional cards, so I kind of want to put Professor X on the side over here, right? Yeah. Locked. Fine, you can have your cards. We have a zone secured. So turn 4 into 5. Here's Daredevil. So screen goes all red. We're going in. We're lasering in. What is our opponent going to play? We're figuring this out. Wherever they decide to go, we might play a Doc Ock. You know, we might play a Doctor Doom. What's better? What's best? Only time will tell once we see. So, pretty cool. Ability goes away. If we click on our opponent's card over here, we know we got a Magneto coming on to the field. So, what can we do that's better than a Magneto? Magneto is going to be pulling any 3s and 4s, so that means Juggernaut. Does that matter to us? I almost want to do something like Dr. Octopus here in the middle. Yeah, so the reason why I think we're going to do this is it's going to pull out their deck, but potentially locks up this zone. Okay, Infinite goes down. Normally I'm kind of scared about that, but we got our good friend in Shang-Chi in our deck. Very hopeful that we can draw into him. We didn't, but Magic can potentially save the day for us. So Magic being able to go down right now, is this the best play for us? Our opponent has 5 cards in hand. They likely have something big. If they are playing out the Ghost Rider combo, they probably got some other sweet drops in their hand. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to drop Magic now, and we're just going to very much so hope our good buddy in Shang-Chi decides to... Oh, opponent got the same idea. Nice. Double limbo. Shang-Chi, baby. Okay, so we can't snap. We want to snap so bad, but our opponent is going to retreat for sure. But Shang-Chi is one of my favorite cards just for this purpose right here. Oh, they know it. They know it. They didn't want it to happen. Awesome. So very exciting opening game for us, guys. We got to showcase Daredevil and the sweet vision and control that we can provide with him going down, and just the ability of these sweet tech cards coming into our games really just lets us lock down the game and not really allow our opponents to play. So Hell's Kitchen it is. Very nice opening game. Let's get you over to game 2. All right, guys, game 2, we are facing Cruiser 3000. All right, so opening hand, we are looking at a Doctor Doom, Magneto, Dr. Octopus, and Storm. Miniaturized Lab showing up firstly for us here as well. Opponent dropping down an early Ant-Man into that zone as well, so they are expecting to be able to play out. So with that in mind, I think what we're going to do is play into the Mirror Dimension, just in case that on turn 4 that decides to turn into this lab. We will at least got something down to go with it all. Koye from our opponent there. Asgard showing up here too. So Storm into Asgard, it might be a little fun. Change it up. It's about to be a real lockout game. If the Mirror Dimension decides to switch into the Flood, oh boy. Okay. What are we going to do here now? We could play Daredevil to see what our opponent is going to do, but on turn 5 it doesn't matter because the lab is locked. Wow, we just we made this quite interesting. We're winning both of these zones, so our opponent is going to play into a zone they have the most chance. This is random, honestly. We could Shang-Chi now just to get something out there. Yeah. Bishop. Nightcrawler. Uh-oh. Nightcrawler can shuffle on into the Flood here in the middle in case he needs to. Oh, the Flood is good to go here. Opponent snaps. Do we mind? Well, let's Octopus. We might be able to push this out still, guys. We got a chance. If Dr. Octopus goes here in the middle and pulls out some of the low stuff, looks like it doesn't matter. They got a strong guy, though. That's a little scary. Electra, sure. We're winning right now, but they have one card in hand. Two cards in hand now. Does Dr. Doom win this for us? This would go up to 18. This goes up 6 more, so it would go up to 18 as well. This is likely going to get, so then 2 more over here, so 7, 8, 9, 5, 10. Dr. Doom is not going to win here in the middle. So is our opponent going to play out 2 cards? Yes, they definitely are. If they got a Hell Cow, then it's really over. Dr. Doom might do it for us, though. Let's give it a shot. Okay. Okay. Dr. Doom, baby. Okay. Nice. So opponent decided to play America Chavez. They should have went with that strong guy buff this one, but not bad. That got us a very close line. We definitely are glad that we stuck around to get those extra cubes, but very nice way to get into those flooded areas, and wow, quite a lockout in this one. All right, guys, let's get you over to the next one. All right, guys, game 3 for you, featuring Hell's Kitchen. We got Recognize in this one. So opening hand in Daredevil, Spider-Man, Dr. Doom, and Juggernaut. So pretty nice to see our man in Daredevil showing up right away. And got the cloning vat, so we don't really need an additional Daredevil, as he's only, really being utilized for one purpose. And we don't want to lose him in the danger room either. So we're going to just play him over here on the rightmost location and see what that turns into for us. The Bifrost. All right. So I think what we can do is we can Juggernaut whatever they decide to play into the cloning bats. Might be a little fun way for them to... Oh, decided against it, actually. Invisible Woman. Interesting. Don't see Invisible Woman all that often. So turn 4, everything's going to move to the right. That's dandy. What we're going to do is we're going to Spider-Man the cloning vats. Yeah, I like this play. Spider-Man into the cloning vats. We're going to get an extra copy in case we need it. But what we're likely going to do after is drop our man in Professor X, and whatever they have over here that they decide to play this turn, if they do, is going to get moved over anyways. Spidey. Lady Sif chopping up Mistress of Death from our opponent. So the fact that she is chopping up Death, they got an Invisible Woman over here, means there's likely another discard underneath here, and we're going into vision mode right now. Daredevil sensing it out for us. It'd be sweet if you could see what was underneath Invisible Woman, but that's okay. Leech. That stinks. We're going to get leeched. So we will definitely play Professor X. This is going to lock it down and secure us for sure. But our entire hand is going to go flat. That's a little unfortunate. A little unfortunate for sure. And we're not going to draw anything too because we had to play into the cloning vats. Oh man. Interesting, interesting. Alright, so based off of how Helodecks work, they always want to put the discard cards underneath Invisible Woman, right? So they played Lady Sif with a card. I would imagine that was Blade. So they're going to be playing, what, maybe a Hell Cow? No, they have to play their Hella, and they're only going to chop up one thing? Man. Okay, that's at the end of the game, though, right? Let's lock it down. Let's lock it down! Let's lock it down. Oh no, we don't have any abilities! And he got blown up anyways! Hell cow! Magneto, Hella, oh. Okay, you guys saw that though, right? It didn't look like he had the hazard sign on him. Ah, leech, leech, leech. That did it. Alright, not bad. Fun way to lose. It was a close one. If that ability stuck, that would have been a sweet way to win the game with us being able to just drop down that Professor X into that zone. And man, that could have secured us, so Hella wouldn't have been able to put anything in there, but next one. Game 4 for you guys featuring Hell's Kitchen, and this one we're going against Sorry. Alright, so opening hand, pretty high cost in Magic, Doctor Doom, Killmonger, Professor X. Man, still a little upset about that last one. That one was so close with those Professor X. But, alright, so this one we got the Big House. So I will say let's go ahead and play Domino into this location. Opponent decides to do Colossus. Sinister London. Let's do it. Storm. Bucky for our opponents. Storm it up. JJ. Oh man, I think we definitely got the better trade-off. We got the Jessica Jones and our opponent got Ant-Man. See, that's fine because here's what we're going to do more than likely. Yeah, it makes the most sense, right? Juggernaut right now means we're snapping, getting back to our roots, right? Got to get back to that nice snap. We know we're in a nice lane for victory, so we're going to knock out whatever they decide to play. Get out of here. So that's fine. Armor. Okay, so Destroyer is definitely planning on coming out from our opponents. Oh, wait. That's a little scary, right? Destroyer comes down. They're going to get this Bucky to flip into the Winter Soldier, which would win them this flooded strand over here. So what do we want to do because of that then? We could definitely play Doctor Doom. That would push him a bot over there, which would get us some better potential. Magic right now doesn't seem too terrible, though. Problem is if we do Professor X, we're not going to be able to play Doctor Doom into the Big House. Killmonger just doing that. I want to do Magic on turn 5. Not my favorite play, but I think we need that 7th turn to set us apart. That nasty Hobgoblin does not do me any favors. Okay. So what is this going to do for us? Doctor Doom will put some more bots in the different areas, which is good. Maybe let's just do Killmonger now here in the middle. That's going to destroy their Ant-Man, and which I think is fine. not terribly upset about it by any means. Brings out their Angel and Sandman. That's fine. We only want to play one card this turn anyways. So is 5 power enough? Our opponent decides to snap. 5 power. Does this make or break it for us? I think it does. 5 power going into here makes that 11. Ensures us victory over here as well with 10 over 6. I think we got this one, guys. Doom bots, doom bots, doom bots. Yonk. Very nice. I love winning games like that. Nice 8 cube collection from our opponents in that one. Very nice. So didn't get to showcase a Daredevil in that one, but overall just rocking out that sweet power with Dr. Doom and those squeaking by with 1 point here and a few points here. Really thought it out. So really drawing the lines from our opponents. So great way for victory in that one. Let's get you guys over to one more. All right, guys, we got our last one in Hell's Kitchen. We are facing Rainbow. Nice, I like the spelling on that, Rainbow. All right, so opening hand, we got Daredevil, Killmonger, Dr. Doom, and Shang-Chi. So some nice heroes for hire for this particular one. Asgard and the lab are showing. The fact that this lab gets locked up means that I want to just put something in there just to make sure we got some points early. It does get shrunk on down. Okay, so we have Asgard and Hellfire Club to play on right now. I want to do Juggernaut over on Asgard as we're going to push him out of the zone and therefore hopefully makes us secure those extra draw steps. Boom, get him out of there. Wave. Ooh, okay. I like Wave. Well, Dr. Doom. Unfortunately, this other Doombot is not going to go into the lab because it's too tiny, but at least getting out some additional over on the Hellfire Club is kind of nice too. Uh-oh. Oh man, I wanted him to pull Shang-Chi. Okay. Alright, opponent, alright. Okay, at least we get some more cards from Asgard. Daredevil, seeing with his vision here. At least we got that Shang-Chi in case they do decide to play something big. What do you got? A vision. Oh, speaking of vision. Alright. We got to remember there is a turn 7. So we're going to dock. Doc Ock, that is. Iron Man, oof. Scary. What else do they got? Magic of their own, of course. And Odin, 24 power. I think we can beat that. Turn 6, the lab becomes unlocked. Is Spider-Man going to work out for us, or do we just need to play Magneto? 3s and 4s are going to get moved to the middle, so that moves Wave and Jubilee. No, we kind of want to keep Jubilee over here because, yeah, so if we do Magneto, that will push us over the top for this left limbo, and then Shang-Chi can potentially pull off our last little bit. Let's see. Lockjaw Nakia. What are you going to flip into? Shang-Chi. Okay. They're playing first. Oh boy. Oh, they retreated. Okay. That's fine. I'll take it. It was looking close there at the end, but we'll take it. We'll take it. All right, guys. So overall, a very, very fun deck that you can play in Hell's Kitchen. And Daredevil, I truly do think makes a pretty good impact in the Marvel Snap game, especially over the likes of his predecessor in Thor, in my opinion, as Thor just wasn't really adding too much value and just kind of a little bit hard to interact with. But Daredevil being able to really zoom in and get the best knowledge with your opponents being able to play first on turn 5 really allows you to better determine what you want to do for the rest of the game. But overall, I know it was a little bit of a long one, so if you stuck around to the end, please like and subscribe for more. I would truly appreciate you guys continuing to support this channel. It's been so much fun continuing to make this Marvel Snap content, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Thanks for sticking around. See you there.